Right, good evening all. Welcome to part 2 of our preview of the National Matchplay. We've been through all of round 1 matches. We've made our choices. We've had our little votes. And we're now into the situation where we're now into part 2 of the event. And we're going to see who we get down to in the latter end. Based on our vote in match 1, we now have first round in match 2. We have Damien Fleming versus Robert O'Donnell. Darren, you're going to go first for this round 2, and we'll have John going first then for the round 3. Darren, talk to me here. Is there any?
Right.
What do you think of this one?
Damien.
Thanks. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Really.
No offense to Robert, Damien. I wouldn't even fancy betting Damien on my own course. So, yeah, I just Damien.
Okay. John?
Yeah, this looks a one-sided affair. There'll only be one result here. Damien will win convincingly.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd love to see him getting a battle in the next round, but I think we've got to go with Damien to be very fair on everybody involved in it. Okay, next match, Ian Dillon, who we got to squeak through against Evan Carey in the first round, will play Darren Riley.
Yeah. Again, look, I've said what I've said about Ian Dillon. I think Ian on his game. I think he'd be too strong for Darren.
John?
Yeah, again, if it's either Ian Dillon or Evan Carrick, I think whoever does win that game will be too strong against Darren. I can only see one winner here, either Ian or Evan Carrick, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Ian Dillon against Darren Riley. Look, it's great to get to the second round for anybody because you're really at the top of your game. But Ian Dillon for me, I think. Or Evan Carey, but Ian Dillon for me. Right, match 3 in the second round. This is a cracker. Shawn Goggins versus John Walsh. Call this one, Darren.
Yeah. This is going to be a monumental game in the tournament. I think whoever comes out, this will have momentum going into the last few rounds. John, if he's on his game, I think John takes it. But Shawn is so steady. If John plays unbelievable like he can, I think John wins. If he doesn't, I think Shawn wins because he's just so consistent. Over one round, I think I'm going to give it to John. So I do. I think over one round he could get it right.
John?
Yeah, this is a match. This is a mouth-watering match. It's a pity it's only 18 holes. This is a match. This could be a final. Both players are playing well at the moment. As I said, I think John Walsh has really come back to form. Shawn Goggins is very determined. This is the toss of a coin. I said, a bookmaker's point of view, I'd say they'd be betting even your choice. I'll give a slight nod to John Walsh, but I think this match could be going to tie holes.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely immense. I think personally, the whites, when Shawn Goggins gets to see the whites of the player's eyes, I think he's a different player. But John Walsh, legend of the game. Sorry, Shawn, I'm going to go with John. 3 votes for John. John through to the next round. Michael Fennell versus Owen Mitten, guys.
Yeah. Look, I just think Michael is going to go further in this competition. So I just think Michael will have too much for Owen, just course knowledge. He's just got the form. I don't know what form Owen has, but Michael's doing it outside of Lakeside. So I'm going to give this one to Michael.
Johnny?
Yeah, for once I have to agree with Darren. I think Michael would have too much firepower here. Michael's playing great pitch ball at the moment. As I said, he'd have a tough game from the first game against Owen Keating. But if Michael did get through that game, I think Michael will win this game.
Yeah, I think Owen Mitten coming up from Dublin, it's always tough to come down onto a Tipperary course. Lakeside or Larkspur Park is perhaps the one course that is most Dublin-esque in its setup, but Michael Fennell man on form. I think if he wins his first match, he'll have a bit of momentum. I'm going with Michael as well. God, we're agreeing on everything so far, guys. Right, next one. Declan Freeman versus Patsy Farrell. Darren.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a decent game. I just don't think Decky's playing as well as he was. He even told me himself. So, again, like I said the first time, Patsy's a legend, so I'm going to go with Patsy.
Okay, that might be controversial down in Fermoy. Go on, John.
Yeah, look, two very streaky players. I know both players well. Decky's one of these guys, if he dikes the first couple, he could dike them all. If he missed the first few putts, he could miss them all. He's that kind of a player, but Decky's pitching is very consistent. Patsy, again, he's a seasoned campaigner. It could be very, very tight. This could be a very close game. I give a slight edge to Decky, but again, it could be the 18th hole heroics, or it could be a first hole tie hole. Trust me, we're very close here.
Yeah, Declan Freeman has come on board in the last couple of years. He's class. Patsy Farrell is a legend of the game as well. Very tight. My vote, Declan Freeman. Okay, Pachelli Darcy versus Christopher Gallagher. This is another interesting match. Match 6.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very good game. If Pachelli plays how he can, and as John said, he played a few weeks ago, it's a very, very tough game for Chris. Again, I just think his game is all around solid, and I think he has nerves of steel. So in this instance, I'm going to give it to Chris. So I think he'll come out.
John?
Yeah, to be honest, right, I'd be the Pachelli camp here big time. I play with him in Cashel, very impressed. I'm not sure would Chris have much knowledge of Larkspur Park. I think Pachelli is flowing with confidence at the moment. I don't see one winner here.
Yeah, again, like I say, coming down from Dublin, it's tough. Pachelli Darcy, he pitched. I was behind him as well in the day that he was there. I'm going to vote for Pachelli in this one. Okay, next match 7. Well, that's wrong anyway. Shouldn't be Skinner. It's Ray Murphy versus Darren Byrne.
Yeah, I think Ray. The factor playing Ray Murphy alone is you're down one already. You know, if you're someone like Darren, who's he's only really finding the seat in the game, and I think if Darren continues playing how he has been, I think in the future, yes. But I think Ray just class. He uses the experience. He has all the national titles, so I think Ray takes this one.
John.
Yeah, again, a club mate of mine here, Darren. This is a great experience for Darren, playing his first national. If he's looking enough to win his first game, he's playing the greatest player of all time. To be honest, there would only be one winner here. Ray Murphy will win this game. But again, as I said, it's a great experience for Darren. But no, there'll only be one winner here, Ray Murphy.
Yeah, I think it's great experience, and for guys to get to this level and to get to play the greatest player of all time. I said it the other day. It's like someone getting to Augusta Masters and being drawn to play against Tiger Woods. You know, it's a great achievement if he gets this far. But Ray Murphy to me all day on this one. Right, Stephen Shore versus Shane Murphy is another cracker of a match. Bucky's going to have a mad day with this one.
Yeah, it is a cracker of a game. As I said, I hope Stephen is 100% fit for this. I know he's been suffering with his back, and to beat Shane, you have to be 100%. Your whole game has to be 100%. You're not going to get away with playing mediocre against Shane, especially if you're hindered by a back injury. So I think Shane's just going to have too much for Stephen. I'd love to see Stephen win, and I think I'd love to see him go far as well, but I think Shane's just going to have too much in this game.
John?
Yeah, this is another cracking game. Again, it's a pity this game is only 18 holes. This is a game you'd love to watch live and hole by hole. Again, as I said, Shane Murphy is probably the most progressing player over the last few years. I worry over Shane's backspin. I said it in the first round, and I say it again here. With the weather getting as poor as it is, I think Shane could struggle with spin. Stephen Shore really knows Larkspur Park very well. I've played a good bit with Stephen. He's really up for this. I think his back problems are okay. I think this could be one of the first shocks in the championship. I think Stephen Shore could win this game.
Very good. Yeah, I just look back from my memory, Shane Murphy in Larkspur Park last year was just awesome. He's great. I think he's a great player. I think he could be, again, maybe it's because your name is Murphy that you've callings to be the greatest player of all time. He could be. I know that, yeah, he's just, I love Stephen Shore, but I think Shane's going to win this. Okay, next one is the match 9, where we have John Ross Krangel versus James. How did John Ross Krangel get into this draw? Oh yeah, sorry, he was supposed to have. Yeah, maybe I made a mistake there. John Ross Krangel versus James Ryan. Call this one, Darren.
Right. Well, I think Krangel's finals in the first round. Like I say, he's going to have it taken out of him. I'd say he's going to be mentally drained. Deserves to be bursting. I think he's going to find it very hard to focus. No, I think JR's going to be solid. I think JR's going to take this one, especially over 18 holes. I think JR is my pick for this one.
Johnny?
Yeah, again, I hate to say it, I agree with Darren here. I think John Ross could be traumatised from the first game. I think he'll see shots he probably never saw existed in the game after his game with Frank Deneen. But as I said, I think James Ryan is an excellent 18-hole player. If it was 2 rounds, I don't think he'd give James Ryan any chance. But at times I've seen John Ross over matches. He's often a slow starter. And if James Ryan is as good as 18 holes, which I think he is, there could be a shock on the cards here. I think James Ryan could win this game.
Okay, that's interesting. I think, yeah, John Ross, if he survives this far, I think that he'll be in the groove. He'll remember back to Larkspur Park for the last time. I'm going to vote for JR. I mean, frankly, JR in this round, right? Okay, next one. Next one. Thomas Lynch versus Liam Myers. This is a cracker, I think.
Yeah, again, look, I don't know much about Liam Myers, only he qualified ahead of John Catlin qualified. So
you keep saying that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it just comes to mind. But yeah, look, I'm gonna go with my heart here. I'd love to see Thomas Lynch win, because it's nice to see him enter in these competitions again. Because I know he fell out of love with the game. So I'm gonna go with Tom in this game.
Very good, Johnny.
Yeah, again, 2 Cork players going head to head. As I said, Thomas Lynch has put a big effort in this year. He's really come back, hitting the ball nicely. Liam Myers, again, a player, doesn't play an awful lot, but the events he enters, he does well. I'd slightly favour Thomas Lynch, just about Thomas Lynch gets over the line.
Yeah, for me, I think Myers will love Larkspur Park. It's set up for him, long holes, good pitching. I think he's a super player. I'm going to vote for my partner, Liam Myers, but unfortunately, I'm defeated in democracy. God, this democracy stuff's terrible crack altogether.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, Thomas Lynch progresses. Next match, Eamon Gibney versus DJ Lynch.
Yeah, well, I think after Eamon gets through Dean, I'd say he'll come in and he'll tell you about the one putt he missed and how he was putting bad. And I'd say now he could be traumatized, but I think Eamon, if you don't tip him to win, he'll win. You know what I mean? I think he gets nervous. I think this is going to be close enough there. And I think he'll wear deep down pitch wise eventually.
Okay, you're breaking up there a small bit now, Darren. But Johnny, you there?
Yeah, I'd have to be in the Eamon Gibney camp here. To me, Eamon is a class act. Yeah, he might talk negative, he might say, but I know he's really up for this, and he plays well in Cashel, and he will be down here a few times practicing. DJ Lynch, as I said, Scratch Cup winner for weeks ago, but I think Eamon Gibney could have a small but too much class here. Eamon Gibney for me.
Very good. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure will DJ be there. I think it will be Rob O'Donoghue. Eamon's class, though, his putting is just superb, and this is going to be a putting competition for a lot of it. I'm going to go with Eamon as well. So Eamon progresses. Darren, are you still with us?
I am.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're breaking up there. You're trying to get away from us, but we'll hang on to you.
I'm trying.
Yeah, match 12. Chris Scannell versus Kieran Earls.
Oh, this is some game. Yeah, I think this could be probably my favourite game of the tie, to be honest, because I think, as you said the first time, Chris is class. You know what I mean? And he's a former winner here. Kieran is one of the top players in the country. I think I'm just going to go for Chris here based on experience. I really do. But toss of a coin. I'd love to see Kieran do, but I think for me, Chris is just going to nip it.
Very good, Johnny.
No, I'd have to disagree with Darren here. Chris Scannell hasn't played an awful lot of pitch and putt this year. He qualified for this. His putting at times can be suspect. I played him in the match a couple of years ago, and he didn't miss a putt, and I watched him 2 weeks later. I couldn't see him get a putt. Kieran Earls is fierce, consistent, does nothing wrong. Yeah, I think Kieran Earls will win this game. Yeah, definitely. But to me, it is one of the best rounds of the best rounds you'll see. Again, I keep saying over and over again, it's a pity this match is only 18 holes. This match is one of the best games you'll ever see at Plenty. But no, I'd definitely be in the Kieran Earls camp.
Yeah, I look, like I say, I have great respect for Chris as one of the greatest players ever to play the game. It's very hard to come straight out of practice without playing competitively. Even the little bit of time that we've had post-COVID, I think that it's almost impossible to come out and be at 100%. But he is capable of it. Kieran Earls, I'm going to go with Kieran on this one. Right, guys, match 13. Darren Fagin versus Angus Cochlin.
Yeah, look, Angus is a cool customer. I think when he's on his game, he's on his game. I think, was he the top scorer in Kerry a few years ago in the Inter-County in Dare Park? So when he's on it. And I think he's going to have too much for Darren.
Hiya. Okay, Johnny?
Yeah, I'd have to be Angus Cochlin camp here. I think he knocked out Darren by one shot in the qualifying. So look, even that alone is a great feat. Shoot 800 in the final round to knock out Darren. But in this game, yeah, I think he'd have too much firepower against Darren. I'd definitely be the Angus Cochlin camp.
Did he get a gold medal for beating Darren? Because Darren got a silver, did he? Or is that how it worked?
Yeah. We could talk about all your medals and the we're not going to get into that one.
No,
we could
not
go
tonight
3 hours
anyway.
for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Angus Cochran gets the vote, right? Okay. Paul O'Brien versus Owen Walsh.
Ooh, another really, really good game. Look, I'm going to go on by what I've been hearing about how Owen Walsh is playing. I hear he's playing some stuff, and I think over 18 holes, I think he will beat Paul. So I do.
Great. Johnny?
Yeah, I think there's only one winner here, Owen Walsh. Owen Walsh is probably playing the best pitch putt of his life. Paul O'Brien doesn't seem to be firing all cylinders. As Darren said, he's working off a lot in the course, and it does take out of players. I've seen it over the years. Ray Murphy and St. Anne's. I've seen Darren and Tony Moore there. It does take out of players. You can't work on the course and do the same playing-wise, but no, definitely Owen Walsh for me, 100%.
Yeah, Paul will be up for this game, though, and he is a class player, but yeah, I'm going to go with Owen Walsh, I'm afraid. Sorry, Paulo. Right. Next one, Fred McMahon versus Willie Buckley Jr.
Willie Buckley. Yeah, he is playing well. I think he's going to surprise people down in Asper Park, because his putting's probably the best I've seen it in many years. So, yeah, I think William has too much for Fred.
John? Yeah, I'd have to go for Offaly's gold medal specialist. I have to go for Willie Buckley. Look, there'll only be one winner here. Willie Buckley all day, yes.
Yeah, look, I'm delighted to see Willie Buckley back. Yeah, I think Willie's got this one. Last match of the round. In this, we're getting into the real realms of fantasy here now at the moment, because anything could happen and there will be shocks over 18 holes. Last match of the round: Stephen Murray versus Brian Delaney, who just squeaked in against Liam Donovan in the last vote. Call this one, Darren.
Yeah, I think if Brian gets through Liam, I think health or all things aside, I think that gives you momentum, beating someone of the caliber of Liam. And I think he'll just have too much for Stephen Murray. So I do. Especially over 18 holes. If his health isn't as good and he's struggling, it's only 18 holes, it's not 36. So I think he's going to have too much for Stephen Murray here.
John?
Yeah, I agree with Darren here. Brian should have too much firepower for Stephen. Look, as we spoke about already, Brian's health isn't the best. Please God, he's in full health for the match today. But yeah, Brian should have too much firepower here. Brian Delaney all day.
Yeah, I think Brian as well. I like Stephen; he's a good lad, but I'm going to go for Brian. Right, we've completed round 2. Jeez, guys, we're flying here. We're going to get this done in no time. It says here an hour later. Right, round 3. Okay, Damien Fleming versus Ian Dillon in our virtual game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a brilliant game. I still think Damien's going to win. I think I'd champion Ian anywhere against anyone, or at least give people a close game. But I just think Damien's he's different gravy. So as someone said earlier on, in the last few years, he's Mr. Consistent. I don't think bar JR, but I think even Damien's more consistent than JR, so I think Damien has this one.
Johnny?
Yeah, again, look, all these rounds, a big bearing all these rounds, is it 18 or 36? Look, unfortunately, at just given moment, we don't know.
We're calling this one as 18 holes at the moment, but we really don't know. We've been told in certain sources that it's 36, but other, I believe more reliable sources said this is definitely going to be 18 holes. Hopefully it's not, but we are where we are. So let's assume that it's 18 holes for the moment. Okay.
18 holes. Look, to be honest, Damien Fleming is playing the best pitch of his life. There's only one winner here. Unless Damien Fleming has enough 18 holes, there's only one winner here. Damien Fleming.
I agree as well. I think Damien's just oozing it at the moment. I'm going to go with Damien. Damien True. Right. John Walsh versus Michael Fennell.
Yeah, this is a good game. And I think Michael Fennell, he's the confidence alone he'll have from winning 2 matches and going into the third round. It's only going to do him wonders. But I think if John gets by Sean Goggins, I can't see Michael beating John. Especially for John, John's kind of he's coming back to himself, and I think if he beats Sean Goggins in the second round, that'll be the belief that he needs to go far. So I think he'll have too much for McFennell here.
John?
Yeah, again, I hate to have to agree with Darren. If John Walsh wins his first game against Brian Cahill and second game against Sean Goggins, he will be flowing with confidence. Same with Michael Fenn, but I think if John Walsh gets through those 2 rounds and plays Michael, I think it's going to be one winner here, John Walsh.
Yeah, I've seen John when he gets going at all. He beat Darren Collins in a match in Tipperary Hills in the third game. That was brilliant. Maybe as the day goes on, he'll get better. Yeah, I think John will. Michael might. You know how players sometimes look in the first tee and you're looking across, you're seeing John Walsh. It's very difficult. I'm giving John the vote here as well. Right, Declan Freeman versus Pachelli Darcy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I said Patsy was going to bet Decky, and I still stand by that. So, look, if Pachelli gets through the games that we've marked him down to get through, I think he'll have too much for Decky here. And I think Decky I've seen him struggling after playing 3-4 rounds in Tullamore that year. That I think Pachelli, if he plays the way he can play, I think Pachelli gets through Decky. And for the record, I really like Decky.
I know, you're dishing him here all night, but sure we won't mind that. Johnny?
Yeah, if there's ever a player that wants the 18-hole match play, it's Declan Freeman. Like, we saw him in Tullamore a couple of years ago. He really suffered playing so many matches in one day. Probably two of the best pitchers in the game, Pachelli and Decky. Both players can have good putting days, poor putting days. This could be a great game. I have to favour my club man. I think Decky will win this game.
Yeah, I think for me, I've got the deciding vote on this one. I like Decky. I think he'll beat Pachelli. That's it. I'm going with Decky. Next match. Oh, what a match this one is. Ray Murphy versus Shane Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is probably the standout tie of this round. I think Shane takes Ray in this one. I think it's going to be close, very close. I think it could go to tie holes. Ray just knows how to hang in there and he grinds it down. Like, he's the master of match play. But Shane's, he's full of confidence and he's confident in his own ability. So I think he's just going to have too much for Ray here in playoff holes.
John?
We're just starting this match. Again, I tipped Stephen Shore in the last round to beat Shane Murphy. So if it is Shane Murphy in this game, again, I keep saying it every round when I mention Shane Murphy. I'm just worried about the guy, too much backspin. I think Casher will be against him. I saw him in Tullamore a couple of years ago when greens got soft. He struggled big time. Ray Murphy, at the moment, he's playing rounds of brilliance, poor rounds, but the man can graft out a score. All I'll say is I think Murphy will win here.
That's no good. That's no good, man. You got to go for one of them.
Yeah, coward.
No.
Go on.
I think Jesus, I think this match could go 3 or 4 tie holes if it goes that far. I slightly fancy Ray Murphy.
This is the type of match that should be over 36 holes. I don't care what anyone says or what the format is or anything else. This is a match you want to see where the best players can play to 36 holes, and it should be 36 holes. It's almost sinful to say that this is going to be an 18-hole match. It really is. This could be brilliant. I mean, I've seen Ray Murphy 10 holes in a row against Chris Scannell up in the match play. I've seen him do it even this year in the County League final. God, the man is he's not the greatest of all time for nothing, but Shane Murphy is just special. This is real toss of a coin stuff. One or two. Shane Murphy. I'm going with Shane Murphy. Right. Next round, John Ross Frank Deneen Krangel versus Thomas Lynch.
Yeah, I think JR bet James Ryan in 18 holes. I think he has. So after playing 18 holes against James Ryan and 11 against Frank Deneen, I think he's going to be the fresher of the two. And I think, look, for Tom to get this far, I think it's fantastic and I think it's brilliant. But I think JR just has too much for any of them that are playing him that quartet, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to go for JR in this one.
Johnny?
Yeah, again, it pains me to say it, but I agree with Darren again here. I think, look, it's great to see Thomas back playing. I think this could be a match too far. But again, if it is 18 holes, some of these matches could be tighter than what we think of. And I think the one thing we must say here, if players are annoyed of this is only our personal opinion. It's not really a dig at any player. It's only our opinion. Look, someone must give an opinion on the match. it's not saying I don't think this player will play good or bad. It's only a personal opinion. So I hope no players get offended by any of our opinions on the matches. But as I said, I think this is a match too far for Thomas Lynch. I think JR will get through this match.
You seem to have no problem offending me.
Join the queue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, look, Thomas is great. I'm going to go with JR in this one, right? JR true. Okay, next match. Oh, what another cracker and another match that you'd love to see over 36 holes. Eamon Gibney versus Kieran Earls. Darren.
Well, I'd say Eamon will be a bag of excitement anyways after getting through the first 2 rounds. Yeah, I think he won't show it, but deep down he'll be buzzing. And I think, look, this is gonna be a brilliant game. Kieran, Eamon, I think on this one I'm gonna go for Eamon, because I think Eamon, just when he's on his game, he's brilliant, and his putting he's probably one of the best putters I've ever seen. And then he tells me about all the putts he misses. So I don't know whether that's a tactic. Maybe I should try using it. I don't know, but he's just. I think he has so much with his putting for Kieran.
Johnny?
Yeah, look at these matches. I hope all these matches are over 2 rounds, because, geez, they're some of the best matches you'll ever see here over the years. This could be one of the best matches of all time, not in the round of all time. I tipped Eamon Gibney to win in Navan next year, and he rang me the following day. He said, "Don't be tipping me to win matches. It puts pressure on me." So I'm going to go against him here now to keep the man happy. But no, this could be a cracking game. I hope it's 2 rounds. Kieran Earls is probably my tip to win this championship. I think the 18 holes suits him. He's a very quick starter. I'm going to go for Kieran Earls here to keep Eamon Gibney happy.
Right. God, this is what a match. What a match. Eamon, he'll tell you I never broke par in my life. He's classed up. Gibney, I'm going to go with Gibney. Gibney true. He wins the vote 2-1. Sorry, Kieran. Right. Angus Cochlin versus Owen Walsh.
Yeah. Look, I think if Angus plays well, he has a chance. If he can bring his A game. The only thing is, Owen, I played Owen in Lakeside, and he's just so consistent. So he's just, when he's on form, I think that day he birdied the first 6 against me, and then it looked like he took his foot off the pedal and I came back to him. But then when he wanted that, he could do it again. So when he's playing really well, I find it hard to see past Owen. Look, I hope Angus does well. But I think it's Owen for this one.
Johnny?
Yeah, to be honest, look, you could talk about this game like Owen Walsh. Yeah, to be honest, I can only see one winner here, Owen Walsh. Look, against Cochran, I think it could be a game too far. Yeah, Owen Walsh will win this game, and I think he'll win convincingly.
Yeah, I think I have to go with Owen Walsh as well. The only thing is, I remember C Point a couple of years ago, Owen Walsh was playing Pat Green in the 3rd or 4th round, just couldn't keep the consistency up all the time. This could be a banana slip for Owen in our virtual game. Another match you'd love to see over 36 holes. I'm going to go with Owen as well. 3 votes for Owen. Right, last game of the round, William Buckley Jr. versus Brian Delaney.
Yeah, I'm going to be the controversial figure here. I actually think William's going to play Brian Delaney, because I think if Brian has had the struggles and it's in the 3rd round.
Okay, he's gone quiet again there, Johnny. Do you want to take over?
Yeah, again, on paper, Brian Delaney would be a hot favourite here. But look, it depends on Brian's health. If Brian is 100%, there's only one winner here, Brian. But if Brian is struggling, and whatever, this game could be very close. Again, not sit on the fence. It all depends on Brian's health. If Brian is 100%, Brian's the winner.
Call it?
Brian Delaney.
Yeah, I think Brian's just too good a pitcher. I'd love to see William Buckley back putting well is immense. I'm going to go with Brian though. So we have that one done. Darren, you with us again? No. He's gone. We'll see if we can try and get him back. He should still be here. No, he's gone again. 1 second, guys. I'm just going to pause for 1 moment, and we'll see if we can get him back. We're back. Right, guys, we're back now. We're nearly there. Damien Fleming versus John Walsh.
Yeah, another mouth-watering tie. Look, at this stage, every game could be a final.
Yeah, but hopefully these ones are going to be over 36 holes, so, at least it gives us...
Yeah, come on. Well, show some positivity there, Frank, just because you'll be knocked out in the first round. I think, look, again, I've said 3 rounds in a row now, Damien Fleming, just machine. 3 scratch cups played, 3 scratch cups won. So, it's not going to be easy. If John, he's the legend of our game, but I just think, again, Damien's just a little bit ahead of John, especially consistency-wise.
Call me.
Yeah, Damien Fleming all day. Look, John Walsh is playing great stuff at the moment, but I think Damien's gone to a new level, and this game probably will be 36 holes, but no, I definitely favour Damien Fleming. But John Walsh is one of these guys, if he gets moving, he could really turn his game around, but no, I'd have to be in the Damien Fleming camp.
Yeah, I have to agree. Damien Fleming, for me, I think he's just awesome at the moment. He's got all the beating of it. Right, okay. Declan Freeman versus Shane Murphy.
Well, let me put it this way. If I keep on backing against Declan Freeman, he's going to win the tournament. Look, I think, again, Decky, he's a legend in the game.
Just stop. You don't vote for him. Go on, Shane Murphy.
We'll go with Shane Murphy.
Right.
Sorry, Decky. Third time.
Yeah, look, to be honest, if Shane Murphy is there, I know according to Darren, Declan Freeman was beaten probably 2 rounds ago, but if Decky is still in this round, yeah, I think if it's Shane Murphy or Ray Murphy, I think this could be a step too far for Decky. But again, Decky's one of these players. If he gets moving himself and gets his putting boots on, he could really shake it up. But no, I think this will be either Shane Murphy or Ray Murphy, whoever gets through.
Very good. Yeah, I agree with Shane. I think Shane Murphy here. I really respect Decky. Darren has him out 3 rounds ago, but he's still hanging in our books. So, yeah, Shane Murphy for me. Right, all Leinster affair now. John Ross Krangel versus Eamon Gibney.
Yeah, what a game. This is anything like the one in Tullamore 2 years ago.
That went to the 6th title, didn't it?
7th or 8th.
Was it?
I know. Sorry. I had to play the winner, and at one stage I was hoping Eamon would win, and the next I was hoping JR would win. Sure, I realised after no matter which one won, I was best. Yeah. So I think Eamon takes it. I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just think if Eamon does get through, Earls, Dean Granell, Eamon definitely has the harder route than JR.
Yeah.
So Darren. I think. Yeah. I think just 2 good guys, 2 fantastic players. I think Eamon has this one.
John?
Yeah, if this is any repeat of the game in Tullamore, it could be an absolute belter. I voted against Eamon in the last game, so if he is here, John Ross Krangel, as I said, has kind of had an up and down year. I think Eamon Gibney is playing very consistent. Jesus. Heading the block. I'll go for, to keep Eamon happy again, I'll vote against Eamon and keep him happy. I'll vote for John Ross Krangel.
You're murdered. That gives me the time vote again, right?
John Ross.
Yeah, 36 holes. I think Gibney was so unlucky in Tullamore. He's gonna think it's true. Gibney for me, right? Gibney gets through. Last match: Owen Walsh versus Brian Delaney.
Oh, this is a hard one to call. I think William beats Brian, but Brian gets there. If it is a 2-round match, that's round 4 and round 5.
Yeah, this is round 4. Yeah, round 4 and 5.
Yeah, but I mean, round 4 and 5 of the day. I think I think Owen, at that time of the evening, I think Owen has too much for Brian.
Johnny?
Yeah, again, as I keep repeating, every time Brian Delaney's name is mentioned, it depends on his health, and it would have a big bearing. Obviously, this will be the fourth match on the Saturday. Yeah, I'd definitely be, the way he's playing, I'd definitely be in the Owen Welsh camp here, 100%.
Personally, yeah, I think Owen Walsh is probably going to be better against the big players. If he's going to slip up, it's against one of the not so headline players. To be honest, I think we're going with Owen Walsh in this one. Right, so we're down to the semi-finals now. What a semi-final! Sunday morning, Damien Fleming versus Shane Murphy, repeated last year's semi-final. Call this one, Darren.
How do you call it?
I don't know.
I think it's what?
Go on, just call it.
Right. This is the first time that I doubt Damien. In regards, I don't think he wins it easy, or wins it convincingly. I think if anyone's going to beat Damien in this competition, I think it's going to be Shane Murphy. We can talk about confidence and beating the people in front of you, but neither player, they're both confident anyway, so it doesn't matter who to beat along the way. Just because he beat him last year, I think Damien will beat Shane again. I think he has Shane's number.
John?
Yeah, again, a repeat of last year's semi-final. This is an absolute cracker. I hope spectators are allowed in to watch this, because this could be one of the games of the decade. It wouldn't surprise me to see a player here shoot 20 plus and be beaten. Wouldn't surprise me. I just think Damien has gone to a new level, and I slightly favour Damien, not by much, but I think scoring this game could be off the charts.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is real toss-up stuff. I'm going to call Damien. Right. Eamon Gibney versus Owen Walsh.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think at this stage, it's new territory for Eamon. But I think if Eamon gets through all the matches he's got through, this is going to be a belter. I think this is going to go to the very end. I don't think there's going to be any easy victor, but I'm going to stick with Eamon because, again, he's so cool under pressure. Inside, he's probably screaming at himself. You know what I mean? But he doesn't show it on the outside. I just think he can handle the pressure very, very well. So, look, it's a toss of a kind, but I'm going to go with Eamon.
John?
He'd probably kill me for that.
Yeah, this is a game. I think Eamon will be jumping with excitement. I don't know, would he sleep night before he'd be so excited for this game? This is probably Eamon's first big test. I'm not sure if he got this far in a national match play. Owen Walsh was definitely in the national match play semi-final against Brian Delaney. He was beaten semi-finalist in 2015, if I had the right year. Again, this is a big test for Eamon Gibney. Not doubting the man, whatever, but this will be the biggest test for a long time. This could be... heading the block, slightly favour Owen Walsh, slightly.
Owen Walsh got to the final in Claycastle against Kevin McCarthy, didn't he?
Correct, that's right, sorry, yes.
Yeah, so he has been there before.
Yes.
Man for the big occasion, I'm going to go with Owen Walsh. Right, our final, and to crown our champion, Damien Fleming versus Owen Walsh. Who?
For me, to come out with that top half against the calibre of players up there, like the calibre on both sides is unbelievable. But I think the route Damien Fleming will have to go to get to the final. I think he just has too much for Owen Walsh. I think it's going to be Damien Fleming this year. 2 years in a row. Too good.
Johnny?
Yeah, I agree. It pains to say, but I agree again with Darren. Fairness to Damien, he doesn't lose too many. When he has a chance of winning events, he wins them. On Walsh, beaten semi-finalist. I think this could be where the show finishes for him, but I think Damien Fleming will win this final. I think Damien Fleming will be a convincing winner.
Yeah, look, for me, champion-elect, Damien Fleming. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for the patience and for the huge amount of time that you've given me this evening. I hope the patrons enjoy it, and hopefully we get some of them right. I'm sure we got them all wrong, especially the first round matches anyway. Thanks a million, guys. Thanks to everybody who's involved, all the people who are looking forward to this. Such a pity there's no spectators. COVID times, at least we have something to look forward to. Thanks a million, boys, and thanks very much for joining me tonight. Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Darren. Thank you.
Bye.